Hey guys, happy Monday. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to share with you guys really quickly a dream that I had, right? So, I was dreaming that I was over a friend's house of mine and it was kind of getting late or whatever, and it was time for me to go. So, I asked the friend, can they take me home? So, her mother was like, yeah, I'll take you or whatever. So, we get in the car, me, her, and her mother. We get in the car, she's driving us. Then there was some construction right along the way. And the mother kept saying, well, how are we going to get out of it? And I'm like, well, just do a detour, um, so we can go a different route. So she was all like, okay, so we do a detour. But halfway through, the mother's like, this ain't the way we can go. And I'm like, yeah, if you just keep going up the street, we can get there. And so she was like, I don't think this is the right way. So I'm like, we won't know unless you drive up the street. So let's just go up the street and see. And for some reason, the mother was hesitant on going up the street. And I'm like, if you just go, go. So she was like, I don't think this is the way. So she turns around and she brings us back to her house. And I'm pissed. And I'm like, why would you do that? I'm like, why you didn't just go up the street instead of going home? And she was all like, that wasn't the way. So I said, well, to the friend, well, can you bring me? So she's like, no. And I'm like, what do you mean no? I thought she was joking. And she's like, no. And she's all frowned up and got her face scrunched up and she's mad and she's having an attitude. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And she's like, I'm not taking you. And I'm like, oh, okay. I said, well, then she's like, well, my male cousin will take you to the bus stop. And I'm like, yo, I'm like, I know you lying. And she's like, no, he's going to take you to the bus stop. I said, I'll find my way home. So I left. And when I was leaving, as I was leaving though, her cousin jumps on my back and he's trying to get me from going and trying to choke me from the back and got me, and I'm wrestling with him or whatever. And then I flips him over the banister and he falls down, and it was a long way down. And then he falls down and he lands. And now I don't know if he died or not, but he just falls, real. Right? And so everybody's screaming and yelling, like, look what you did. Why'd you do that? Da, da, da. And I'm like, why would you send him to do that to me? You sent him and this dude's attacking me, right? So I didn't care. I kept it moving. I said, I got to go. So I'm walking. And so it started getting a little bit darker, and then the moon starts to come out. So I find myself following the moon, right? So I'm following the moon. The next thing you know, I look behind me, her two little cousins coming behind me, a girl and a boy. They're about the ages of like 9 or 10, right? And I'm like, where y'all going? And they was like, we're going with you. We don't want to be with them. We want to come with you. And I'm like, nah, y'all better go back where you coming from. Go back. So they kept following me and everything. And I'm just like, oh my God, didn't I tell y'all to go back? I was like, I don't want no problems or whatever. So they was like, we're not going back. We're coming with you. So I said, fine. I kept it moving. Then we come to like a pitchfork in the road. And so I was like, oh, dang, which way do I go? And so I was following the moon, right? So the moon was on the right, and the kids kept saying, no, go left, go left. And I'm like, the moon is going towards the right, so I'm gonna follow the moon. So I go the moon's way, right? So we go to the right, and I kept it. We go to the right. Then we start seeing familiar territory, and then we was like, oh, we on the right path or whatever, and everybody started getting happy, like, yay! Then a red wagon appears out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh, cool, we got a wagon. So the kids get in the wagon, and I said, cool, we're going to get some water. We're going to go to the store that we see up the street. We're about to go get some water, some snacks or whatever, because we got a long journey. I don't know how long it's going to take before I get home. So we get to the store, whatever. And then I realized that when we're in the store, she followed us, and the friend followed us. And I'm like, oh, no. I said to the kids, well, y'all can't come with me. I said, because she's here. I said, and I don't want her coming with me. I said, she can't go nowhere I'm going. I said, and like I said, I don't want no problem. So y'all going to have to go with her. And they was like, no, we're going to go. So I left everybody, the wagon, them, all that stuff. I left them and I left the store. So then the dream transitions over to the Forest Hills bus station. So I'm at Forest Hills and I'm like, me and Eli, it's me and my son. And we're waiting we got to go down Dudley, right? So we waiting for the 42. The 42 pulls up, but the bus driver gets off because it was their break. And I'm like, dang. So I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom. I don't think I can hold it until the bus goes down Dudley and everything like that or whatever. So I'm like, oh my God. So I saw the train people, the bus and train people's bathroom. So I said, oh, I'm gonna go use their bathroom. So I walked towards their bathroom, and then my son goes, no, here goes a bathroom right here. It's for the public. So I said, cool. So I goes to the bathroom, but I see that the door was kind of janky, and it felt like the window, or it was like a window or whatever, whatever, to the bathroom, and it was like you could see through it. So I'm like to my son, stand here so nobody can, you know what I'm saying, see me or whatever, be on guard or whatever, and be watching out for the bus so I can use the bathroom. So as I'm walking and we're going together, these two lady bus drivers was looking at me all frowned up and stuff, looking like, and I'm looking at them like, what's y'all's problem? I was all like, mind your business, right? So I go in the bathroom, and then when I go to the bathroom, my wig falls off, right? So I was like, I don't got time for that. And then my son's like, the bus. And I said, oh, okay, get on the bus, hurry up. So I'm trying to hurry up and do my thing. I put my wig in the bag. I was like, I don't got time to do this. I put the wig in the bag, and then I runs out. And then the bus driver was like, whoo, you lucky. You almost missed me. I said, thank you for stopping. And then I get on the bus. When I get on the bus, it's a lot of teenage kids on there, they high schoolers or whatever, and the bus is all loud and rowdy and crowded or whatever. So I'm pushing my way through the back or whatever. And then I find a seat. I sit down. Then all the kids is all looking at me like, and I'm like, what is the problem? Like, because it's like everybody in my dream got these frowned up faces, and they looking at me like, so I was like, whatever, right? So then they was all mad and acting real funny, and I'm like, whatever, right? Then then the next bus stop comes, everybody gets off the bus. And then they looking at the bus, and they was like, and I'm like, what's all this about, right? So I'm like, I don't know what everybody's problem is. So then I wakes up from the dream. After they get off the bus or whatever, and the bus keeps going, I wake up from the dream. And then I'm like, wow. So I'm like, okay, well, so I woke up, and I was like, well, Lord, what are you trying to tell me about the dream? Because everybody in the dream was evil. Everybody had a nasty attitude, scowls on their face. People were trying to stop me in my tracks. People didn't want to take me to my destination. Whatever and everything. So I was like, what is this? So it was like, so what I gathered out of it is like, whatever destiny that the Lord has for you, everybody ain't gonna come along that path. Everybody's not gonna be on that path with you. So whether you gotta walk, take the bus, train, fly, however you gotta get there, as long as you get there, that's all that matters. Is because a lot of people are not gonna be happy for you. A lot of people are not even meant to go with you on your journey. And you see how in my dream people were trying to, sabotage. They didn't want to take me. They wanted to, wanted me to walk and take the bus and things of that nature. And I wound up having to just find my way on my own, and everybody that I came across, whether I knew them or not, they was frowned up and looking like, what's, and I'm like, well, what's wrong with y'all? I don't even know y'all, and I ain't did anything wrong to you. But that's how it is in real life. So sometimes in life, you know what I'm saying, our journey is going to be by ourselves. We're not going to have other people on our journey because they are not meant to go. You know what I'm saying? And whatever the Lord has for you, that's for you. You know what I'm saying? Your destiny is your destiny. And a lot of the times you're going to be on a path, by yourself. You're not alone because the Lord is with you. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the times you might think that somebody's coming with you, because you knew this person for years, or this is your best friend, or this is whatever. A lot of the times, God ain't going to bless you with people who don't belong on that journey with you. He ain't going to bless you. He ain't going to even open that door for you to be blessed. He's not going to open that door for whatever it is he got in store for you if you got the wrong people in your life that's on that path with you. So you're going to have to sometimes get rid of people that even though you thought that person was coming with you, they may not be able to go on that destiny with you. You know what I'm saying? And whatever path that you're on, whatever goals that you have, dreams and aspirations that you desire to achieve, you got to go for it no matter who's on that path with you. If it's just you and God, or if it's you and one other person. But take heed, be alert, be cognitive of who's in your path, who's in your circle, who's clapping for you, who's supporting you, who shows up for you, who's there for you. Because in my dream, everybody had scowls on their faces. Everybody was, acting funny and giving me the stank face, and they was trying to make me walk, and they started off with me, and then they said, nah, I'm going back or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, God is going to see you through. So no matter who is or isn't on that path and that journey with you, you gotta make it to the destiny. You gotta make it to your destination, regardless of who's on that path. And sometimes, again, like I said, the people who we thought were gonna go with us, they may not wind up being on that path with us. It may not be their season to come with you on your journey. And so I just woke up with that, and I just was like, well, let me share this with somebody, because, a lot of people have people in their lives, again, that are not going to go with you on your journey. They're not supposed to be on that path with you. Sometimes you got to go it alone. And even though you're not necessarily, like I said, alone, God's with you. If he's for you, then who could be against you? And so don't give up. Don't stray. Don't, fear, go on that path, even if you got to go it alone. And sometimes the journey is so better when it's just you and God riding. It's when it's just you. Because then you can see more clearly. You can hear more. And then you get to know who you are better. You get to know yourself more. And then you get to see with that clarity you need to see with. And you're like, ooh. And sometimes you just need to be alone, because God wants to do so much in you, through you, and with you, that everybody ain't going to be able to go with you. They're just not. So I just wanted to share that dream with you, because I know what that dream meant for me. But I was like, well, let me share this with somebody else, because somebody else may be able to benefit from this. And if you could resonate with me on this dream, then give me a thumbs up. And if you feel like it, let me hear you in the comments. So I hope that helps. And it's my second day of juicing. So I hope you guys have the most blessed, prosperous day that you could possibly have. And again, like it. Can I get some likes from you guys, please? I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.